Wow, guys, just wow. I am honestly kind of blown away right now, and I'm not entirely sure what to do with this information yet. Definitely still a lot of processing happening over here. But I've been looking into getting into the Leica system, the Leica universe for a while now, and I've been trying out some different things, playing with some different cameras, borrowing different gear from different friends, and honestly, it's been a journey. It's been incredible. It's a lot of fun, and I'm super grateful that I've had all of these experiences so far. And I just have to say, now don't get me wrong, I'm still very much looking into Leica, but I just tried the Hasselblad X2Dii Mark II and actually gave it a deep dive, like a real tryout, right? And honestly, I kind of love it. It's low-key making me question everything I've ever done with photography. But before I tell you all about this experience and the things that I dove into and tried out, if we haven't met yet, my name is Jen and I'm a photographer from the Bay Area of California, building a space where women in photography feel seen, supported, and find community. And fellas, you're welcome here too. If you're down to learn and create together, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. I post every week and hope to leave you feeling inspired, confident, and equipped. Dave and I took a little trip to Yosemite, just like a last hurrah before the winter season comes and roads close and all that jazz. We thought maybe, we'll see some fall leaves, maybe get all those beautiful fall colors and just see what happens. It might be too late in the season, but we'll see. Dave had this whole plan. He's got this old 4x5 large format camera. He's got his Rolleiflex. He's got the Safari. He's got all these things, all these plans. And for me, I took the Hasselblad because I was like, I really want to give this thing a fair shot. I want to try it out. I want to test out some things and see what I can get. So here I am with the Hasselblad X2Dii Mark II with the 35-100 zoom lens. Honestly, she's really pretty, guys. Like, gorgeous pretty. So a few things I'm keeping in mind. First, I haven't really used this camera yet. I've only shot a couple of shots when I was at the lighthouse with Dave, and even that, he was using it, right? I didn't set a whole bunch of things up there, look at the settings. I didn't really play with it much because he was using it and I was getting video for him, and I just shot off a few shots. And so this is my first real experience. It's in my hands all day. I'm gonna play with it, have fun, see what I can get. So going in, keep that in mind, because I like to live life a little on the edge, And honestly, if anything, it'll just help you understand how easy or hard something is for me to figure out. And if I can figure it out, it'll be really easy for you to figure out too. The second thing I want to talk about is this camera body. Honestly, even this lens, it is a beautiful experience. It has the aesthetic that I love and I'm looking for. It's the super clean look. Even though this is a digital, high-tech camera, it's got a lot of features and all these things, they do it so clean. This is a pretty camera to look at. And I love my aesthetic. So while all the features inside are important, to me, I want my camera to look good too. So this definitely checks that box. The only thing I don't really love about the camera, that came open. The only thing I don't love is honestly, this grip. It's funny because I've heard so many people talk about how nice it feels. Even Dave loves it. And it is nice. I understand why. But let me tell you that for me, I have pretty small hands, right? I am all of 5'2" on a good day. And so I am pretty small. But this grip, for me, it's just a little big. I almost feel like I am stretching my fingers to get around it. Something about it, it is very solid in my hand, but it's just a little big for me. The next thing I'm very aware of is that I'm using a variable zoom lens, which I typically do not use, honestly. The only zoom I have is my little deluxe or my little point and shoot, but professionally, most of my time with lenses has always been prime lenses. And that's just, it's what I'm used to. It's what I prefer. Going in with that in mind, it's going to be a little different. This thing is just so big. It's a monster. Another thing that I am very aware of as I'm getting into this is these files are huge. I'm pretty sure Dave told me it's 5 photos is a gigabyte. 5. just 5. And so I'm keeping that in mind. Whenever I go somewhere and I take some photos, like I want to carefully compose. I'm not just gunning it because I don't want to import all of those files because that's going to be a lot of space on my little MacBook Air. And yes, that's right. I have a little MacBook Air. Okay. It is possible to do all the things, all your dreams on an Air. It's just a little slow. So anyways, so I'm thinking, okay, I need to be very calm, cool, collected. I need to compose everything in advance and really think about my shot. But I'm not trying to like shoot off a bunch of photos just to like cull it down later. There are photographers who are capture the moment or like carefully compose. I think I probably naturally tend to be more of the capture the moment kind of person, but this will force me to be more carefully composing. I've also heard incredible things about the color in this camera, and I wasn't really sure like what that meant per se. So I actually did a little research on the front end just so I could better understand what I was going to be looking at and like where the differences are. And so let me tell you, because like I said before, I am not a super techie person. Like I understand what I need to understand. And this is something that I felt like I really wanted to look into. So what is this 16-bit color? What does it mean in comparison to other files, other cameras that I've shot before? It means that it has 4 times the tonal resolution than the 14-bit the M11 has. 4 times more tonal resolution. That means that the color is going to be that much more smooth and accurate. It'll pick up all the subtleties within color that much more. So I'm super excited to see what this looks like, right? Let's see this magic color that everybody talks about. So we start walking towards our first location, Glacier Point. It really is just this big, beautiful scene. Highly recommend going to visit it sometime. So immediately, a few things that I'm noticing as soon as I start using it at Glacier Point. First, it took a while to turn on. I think I mentioned this in our last video. It takes a while. Like you press the on button and you're sitting there waiting for a second. So if you're like trying to do something quickly, or if you like see something and you're trying to get it on, you're going to wait a second, okay? So don't go in expecting like, on, take your photo. It's a little slow. So it finally turns on. I go through all the menu settings, and guys, sometimes I wonder about myself, okay? I get it on and I'm like trying to turn settings, and then I'm like, oh wait, which button does what? And then I realize it's a giant touch screen. What am I doing? So once I realized this giant beautiful screen is also a touch screen, I changed all my settings, got everything set for the day, and it was all good to go. But this idiot just forgot for a second, okay? So don't forget, giant touchscreen, it's beautiful. So there we were, just getting a bunch of photos. I was like taking some photos at 35, and then I zoomed in to get some like cool compressed shots. And anyways, it was a great time. And then I looked at the playback. Oh my God. These are amazing. Like even the colors on the screen looked so good. Like I could probably just like download them to my phone somehow and send them off and they would look totally fine. Like if you are the kind of person that doesn't really want to edit your photos, this is the one to get, okay? Like the colors are incredible, straight out of the camera. And I'm gonna show you that in just a few minutes. We're gonna go to my computer and I'm gonna show you what these files actually look like. But I can tell you, it was just honestly a great experience. It was a great experience shooting with it all day. I felt like I got a lot of great images. All the colors looked amazing. The screen experience was really nice. It was a great day. So we spent the rest of the day shooting for several hours. We went to a bunch of different locations. And of course, if you know me, we got all the snacks, all the meals. We were well fed. But then it was the end of the day and it was time to go home. It was time to head back and start importing all the photos. And so we get home and I go to import the photos and I realized I'm using this thing. This camera uses a 1 terabyte CF Express Type B card. This thing is huge. I'm not used to this. Okay, this is the one that I'm used to, okay? Wow, I'm not very good at this. But you see the difference? Like, these things are very different, okay? Look at how thin. This is the one I'm used to. But this, what the heck is this thing? It's huge. Did not know what I was getting into. So I literally got it out of the camera and I was like, how the heck am I going to get this into my computer. I'm like, what is this? Dave. So he handed me this, and this reads the card. So don't be surprised when you got to use something different, because I was not expecting that. I was definitely expecting this. Because you know me, I go in a little blind and I'm like, let's see what happens. Probably not always the best, but I always figure it out. And we have a lot of fun along the way, okay? But anyways, I get them imported and oh my gosh, they're amazing. The images are amazing. And I'm not saying that in some like, oh, my images are amazing. I'm saying that like the images that this camera captures is really freaking awesome. Like the colors are amazing. The resolution is amazing. Like let's get into Lightroom, okay? All right, so I'm in Lightroom and now I have started putting on some edits just to mess around and see what I like with these photos. But these photos are like amazing. Even just without the edits, the photos look fairly true to life. This is what it looked like the day of. Before styling, before editing, before like putting on, you know, the magical colors that we may or may not love. And so I got photos of nature. I got photos of the valley, Glacier Point. I got photos of the chapel. I also did some portraits of Dave later on in Blue Hour because we know that he loves Blue Hour. That is his time. And so, of course, I had to get some photos of Dave. So we got some of those. And then later on in the evening, I also did some stuff, you know, just test out the IBIS. And it was great. And so I'm looking at all the photos. Let's take this one, for example. This one is not edited. It is as it was in the camera. I still feel like these colors already look good. Like this is what it looked like. Even just the definition in this tree, I feel like there's already so much dimension in here and I haven't even edited it yet. Okay? Like look at this. And so, I don't know, to me, I love these colors like right out. And so if you are someone who doesn't really want to edit a ton of your photos, and you're looking for something that just has a great one shot, like this might be it. But let's just for, you know, poops and giggles, let's throw on some edits, okay? So I was doing Portra 400 a lot on this one. Boom. What the heck, guys? That is insane. If you want a little less intensity in those yellows, you can always hit that golden hour shift. But I don't know, I kind of love that it pops. I like the vibrancy. And so part of me is like, let's just leave it. But look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful. Like I don't feel like all of my images come out looking that pretty, okay? But like look at this one. I kept this one too because it's so pretty. Look at it. All right, here was another scene. I did the same edit, okay? Portra 400, and it just looks so good. Let's look at this one here. Like, this is a very, very big scene. It's huge. And yet, it is so sharp. I bet I could see somebody standing at the top of this mountain. I think that's a bird. What the heck? I think that's a bird. There is so much clarity and resolution. Like, look at how tiny that was. Do you realize how much I just punched in? Like, that was a lot. And we could literally see someone at the top of this mountain. Like, that is insane to me, okay? Insane. Do it again. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. All right, let's take another one. Same kind of deal, okay? Let's look here. Punch in. Oh, and you know what? I bet this also has the Portra 400 grain on it. So if we just like go back to the original, okay, as shot, grain is taken away. Oh yeah, I think I edited her out. I could totally see somebody up there. How crazy. I could totally see a hiker. If they were standing up here, I'd be able to see them. No problem. Like, this is pretty amazing. That resolution is insane. It's like, it's no wonder it takes a while to take a photo because it's just the sensor is taking in so much information. Even just like prepping a sensor that big. Like I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I don't know exactly how it works, but you know what? I'll take a slow shutter press if I get that resolution. Continuing on, I edited this one in black and white just because the light was shining just on this ridge. It was very interesting to me. I can punch in like crazy. Like, who needs a zoom lens really when you can zoom like this? I don't know. I kind of want to try a prime and just see happens. Look at the colors in here. I think I also edited this one, with Portra 400. And guys, it's so beautiful. Like I'm a black and white girl, okay? I like black and white. But again, the fall colors are getting me. But even more so, the Hasselblad colors with fall color. They look so good, guys. I'm just so happy with them. Let's share another one. This one was just from the parking lot, but I just like the trees and the colors. But look at this. Okay, now that it's downloaded, like, oh my gosh. Can see every leaf. And this is hecka punched in. It just looks so good. All right. Oh, I forgot to mention, we came across a bobcat while we were walking. No big deal. Dave was walking ahead of me and I literally stopped in my tracks and I started just like hitting him on the shoulder. And I'm like, Dave, look. Fun fact, if I see something happening, like I struggle to get the words out. And so I'll just make noises. And so sometimes I'll just be like, when you start hearing me say something like that, be on alert, okay? So I'm trying to get his attention. And then we see a bobcat, okay? But I am not used to this camera yet. And so I was super slow to change the settings and everything was out of focus. But I did get one. I just got to remember which one. Oh, there it is. And I edited it already with Portra 400 because you know me, I looked. But look at that. Look at his little face. He's so floppy. Like he looks like he's like cuddly, but he'll probably rip your face off. What a time to be in Yosemite. The colors, the wildlife, amazing. This was before I changed my shutter speed, but honestly, I kind of love this photo of Dave. It's really fun. Happy accidents, guys, happy accidents. And then of course, the sunset started to go off and look at that. Look at this clarity, okay? So one of the things, sorry, I'm getting over a cough. One of the things that I really wanted to do here was fun fact, if you're really busy and just life is getting you down because you're so busy, remember to rest because if you don't, your body will make you rest. Anyways, continuing on. One of the things I wanted to do while here was actually get some photos of the climbers on El Cap, okay? And so we've seen lots of climbers every time we're there, but I wanted to see if I could get them on the camera, knowing that it's gonna be insane resolution, and I also have a zoom lens. Like, I'm gonna be able to get these guys like legit, like on the mountain climbing, right? And so that was like my idea. But we were doing so many other things that day and then we were running out of light. And so I honestly, like it started to get dark. And so I had a harder time finding them. And so I started looking, I couldn't find but maybe a couple and they were like tiny little dots, right? It's really hard to like see because if you have not been to this location, El Cap is huge. Huge, massive, okay? And so to spot a tiny little climber on the side of this cliff is hard unless you have the right equipment, the right, either binoculars of some kind or, a really long lens, whatever. And so I started taking photos and I was thinking to myself, well, maybe in post, I'll be able to like punch in and see them. So I took some photos and I'm pretty sure in some of these you can, like when I punch in over here, you can see some of them on the rocks. Like I think honestly, that might be one in blue. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but these guys are so tiny. But I remember seeing some down here, so bear with me as I try to find them. Oh yeah, okay, so here's some. Right here, here are some climbers. And then right here, okay. It is amazing to me that people climb the side of this mountain. And that it was actually also like free soloed. If you haven't seen that documentary, it is insane. So look it up. Free solo at Yosemite. Amazing. Anyways, you get the idea. They are very hard to spot. They're super tiny. After that, I started taking photos of Dave because Blue Hour, you know, and beautiful, beautiful photos. Got some great ones. Very excited about them. I'm sure Dave will eventually share them as well. If he hasn't already, I can't remember. But actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's take a look at some of these skin tones of Dave. This is straight out of the camera, no edits. It already looks really good. Like, honestly, I don't really need to make changes here, but let's do it. Let's throw on the good old faithful Portrait 400. Bam! One click, guys. One click. I think I might throw on a little gradient here. Amazing. One click. Looking like a badass. And then, of course, we all love his jacket. Throw that on. And boom goes the dynamite. Oops. I do that all the time. And then I'll just go in here and clean up his little spots. Because, you know, lint, this is what happens when you travel. But, you know, great photo. It's a good look. So anyways, after all the photos of Dave and Blue Hour, it really started to get a little dark. But then, as I said before, I wanted to get these photos of these climbers, right? And I had a hard time seeing them in the daytime with the little light and time that we had. But then we look up, and if you don't know this, the climbers will actually tent on the side of the mountain. They'll throw up a tent that's like suspended in the air and sleep until the next morning. Insane to me. I would never do this. I am so not a climber. This is not my thing. It makes me nervous to think about like sleeping on the side of the mountain. But because they do that, they have lanterns that they turn on. And so before you know it, you can really see all of them lit up. Look at all of these climbers. All these ones I didn't even see over here, you know? They're all taking like different paths, 3 of them right next to each other, some more down here. These guys that were at the top earlier, I think these are the ones that we actually saw in the other photo. Now they've like set up camp for the night. Amazing. But also more amazing is that I got this photo handheld. This is me really trying out this in-body image stabilization. If I'm looking at my settings right now, I was at 35. Aperture was at 2.8. I wanted it low so I could get as much light as possible. And my shutter was at half a second. Half a second, okay? Now let's just push this even further. Like, let's see how long I can hold this for, okay? So I continue on. We go to the next spot, and it looks really cool. But check out this photo. You can see all of the climbers. You can see stars in the night sky. Something is moving here. Looks like probably a plane or something. But this is incredible because I'm looking at my settings and this is 2.2 seconds long. 2-second exposure. That's pretty long, especially handheld. So that's pretty amazing in my book. But yeah, super happy with these photos. Can't believe I was able to see so many climbers. So overall, how am I feeling about this camera? Honestly, I kind of freaking love it. I'm really happy with the images that I got. I'm very, very happy with it. Am I going to use it for anything that's like fast paced? No, it is slower. It's not going to replace necessarily my Sony for anything that is fast moving. But as far as like landscapes and or like posed photography, things that like I am planning to compose On the front end, not the like capturing a moment that's fleeting and fast. The carefully composed side, like, yes, absolutely. It's a great, great camera. I love it. Honestly, I would love to do a side-by-side of the Hasselblad with maybe a Leica and just see the difference and see, is it worth it? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. There's lots of things that we could do with that. But another thing that I've been thinking about is like, is it I'm looking for a camera that can go in my purse. So is it something that I can put in my purse? Not really, especially not with that zoom lens, okay? That thing is a monster, okay? Let's just, one more time here. This thing is huge. I mean, it's so big, okay? This thing is massive. It is a monster. So am I gonna throw this in my purse? Hell no. But it is a good camera. I am very curious to test it out with some prime lenses. I have seen them and they are much smaller. And so I am very curious about that. So I don't think it's going to satisfy my desire for something that can go in my purse every day, that I can always keep with me so I can always be taking photos. But it is pretty incredible and I kind of love it. So I definitely want to play with it some more. I definitely want to try some primes and see what happens. So yeah, stay tuned. Maybe there will be some more comparisons and tryouts soon. Very exciting times over here. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Are you surprised by like the IBIS and the photos, the color, like all of the things that we talked about today? Like, are you guys surprised by it? Are you excited by it? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing your feedback. I love hearing other people's experiences with it, if maybe you have one. But yeah, more to come. Very exciting times over here. But until next time, much love.